Here. Just wanted to shoot a quick video to talk about the importance of something that the importance of which cannot be overstated, and that is the three-way call. When it comes to network marketing in the 21st century, one of the most important things that you can do is take your business online. And I don't necessarily mean running it from social media on Facebook, Instagram, those different things. I also mean leveraging off of mentors in order to grow your business using Skype, video calls, Zoom, all the different platforms that you have. You can move people through a process where you're sharing a little bit of information up front with them to qualify them and see if they're somebody who's serious at taking a look at something that could really change the course of their life. And after moving them through a bit of a qualification process, jumping on a three-way call with a qualified mentor to help assist in the follow-up / closing process, right? So what we want to sort of do over the span of a couple of videos is teach you the process from start to finish as a new associate or somebody that's been in the business for a while, but you want to take your game to the next level by really getting up to date in terms of how the business is being run and being able to leverage off of the expertise of one of your, what they call your upline, mentor in the business without necessarily having to get them to drive to you or meet at different places. Those things are all still really critical in terms of how you build your business, right? So we want to really encourage you to continue to build your business face-to-face, one-on-one, with presentations. And then also begin to sprinkle in the three-way call, which is an ability to present the opportunity or the products to somebody online, meaning through video, and being able to use those videos as tools to help share information and get people to the point where they say they're interested in the opportunity, and then bringing in one of your mentors to help answer any questions, quell any concerns that somebody might have, and move people from interested to getting started. And so that's a process that is super important, right? And it's efficient and it's duplicatable, right? So if you're introducing, as an example, if you're introducing people to the opportunity by letting them know that you have a friend that's expanding a company from America into the Indonesian market, and he's looking for some people to help grow the business. And you ask them if they're, do they keep their options open, or are they open to, potentially looking at new opportunities to collaborate with us and generate an additional revenue stream. I'd say a good over 50% of the people that you communicate with, right? If you use that strategy, which is not super aggressive, but it's not wishy-washy either. It's direct, but you're also indirect because you're talking about somebody else, right? So you're being direct in your communication in the sense that you're being transparent that you have an opportunity that you think would be well suited to them based on who they are. But it's indirect because it's not you that's building the company, right? You're helping a friend expand the company from America into Indonesia, and he's looking for some qualified people to help expand the company, right? So when people say yes to that, which most people, a lot of people will, let's say that. And then the next step is you show them the this as you saw in a video, right? Which gives them a basic overview of the company, the products, and then the opportunity to build a business online using leverage. And then after they've watched the video, right, you very simply ask them what did they like best about what they saw, or what in the video inspired them the most, right? Very simple question. and then they say, either the products or the business, or they say whatever they say, and then you just validate whatever it is that they said, right? So they say, well, I'm interested to, because this is an opportunity to make some additional money. And you say, great. And it is a great opportunity to make additional money, as a matter of fact, right? And then you can share a little bit about your story. And then you can say it was all really made possible, if I'm being honest, by, the guy that I mentioned before. And he's really the one that is expanding the company. And I can't promise you anything, but I can introduce you to him. And if you're a good fit for, what we're looking for in our team, then this could be something that makes a real difference for you and your family. Boom. You set up the three-way call. And then there's a couple of different strategies at this point, right? So my recommendation is to try both and figure out which one works best for you. After you've booked the call, you can send a follow-up. If the person says that they're interested in the business and they ask you a couple of questions, you can say, listen, my job is really to locate people that are interested in opportunities and connect them with my friend that's trying to build the business. But if they're very interested in the business side of things, how the compensation plan works, things like that, you can use the compensation plan video to explain very, very briefly to them, how the business model works. Okay. And then you just let them know, when you get on the call with my business associate, he's really going to run through with you, a little bit more in depth, the information that you saw on the introductory video, as well as what you saw in the compensation plan. So write down any questions that you might have, and he'll be able to answer them more completely then, right? And then now that you've already got the conversation booked, they watch the compensation plan before they get on the call. And now the person is aware that, it is an opportunity. It's about health products. There's an opportunity to build online, and they're familiar with the compensation plan and how it works, so that when they get on the call with the mentor, there's really most of the groundwork is complete. And then the only conversation for the mentor to have is essentially to say, have you seen the first video? Yes. Explain to me a little bit about what you liked. Did you see the compensation plan? If they say yes, say great. Did you see how you can leverage, having a team, not just building, business, trading your own hours. Do you see how that could really benefit you in the future by being able to create a business that is that can run independently of you? Well, yes, I do. I see that opportunity. Okay, great. Is there anything else that you need for yourself personally before you get started? And maybe they say yes or no, or at that point, obviously your mentor will take over. Your job is to just zip it up the lips, and then your mentor can really take over, answer any questions, deal with any concerns, and that's your opportunity as the new person to just learn. How does that? How is it that your mentor builds rapport? They use form, right? Family, occupation, recreation, and motivation, right? Motivation being that which motivates the individual. Is it service? Is it money? Is it community? Is it fun? Right? What kind of personality do they have? And you can watch them as they go through that rapport building process and learn as a new associate. And then you can also learn what are the questions that they use to transition from learning about a little bit of information to asking the person very simply, well, it sounds like you're ready to get started, right? So those are essentially, your mentor will use some language like that. So that's how, I just want to keep it really simple, right? That's how this process works. You do a little bit of groundwork up front in terms of introducing yourself to the person, sharing a little tiny bit about a project that you're helping a friend build, share that this is Usania, transition it into a three-way call with your mentor, and then sharing the compensation plan before they get on the call. Okay, now the other option is you don't share the compensation plan at all, and then you just wait till you get on the call with the mentor in order to go over with some of that information. And I'll share a little bit of the pros and cons on each, and I'll tell you that for me personally, I like to share the compensation plan up front, so that when the three-way conversation happens, the person is completely qualified, right? So they have, generally speaking, a lot of the information that they need in order to really make a decision about whether this is an opportunity for them or not. I like that. I think it makes for a little bit more of a smoother, sort of nothing hidden behind opportunity. Now, when you do share the compensation plan, the con of that is, or the potential downside of that is, the person could make up their mind about, this is multi-level marketing, this is one of those things, this is whatever. So that's the one potential risk that you do run when you do use that strategy is, losing some people. So I don't see that, me personally, right, my mindset, I don't see that as a bad thing. I see the funnel when you start from the very beginning. I like transparency and openness from the very beginning because I actually want to cut down on the number of people who get to the last stage of the process, which is basically the guiding someone to a decision or closing, whatever you want to call that. I think it's important to lose people along the way because most of the people that you're losing are people that they're not interested in this type of opportunity anyway. So I don't see the potential of losing people in that third step of the process as a negative thing. But again, you can try it both ways. Both ways being book the call always first, right? And then you share the compensation plan before they get on the call, or you don't share the compensation plan before they get on the call with your mentor. And the last one, if you don't share the compensation plan before they get on the call with your mentor, just understand that what that's going to mean is now the person can get inspired, and then you have to then share the video and get back on a call again. So you're going to actually add 2 more steps to that process by skipping the third step of sharing the compensation plan before they get on the call. So those are, just bear in mind those 2 different strategies. You can try both and see which one works best for you. But that's essentially the power of edification. It's the power of leverage, right? So the reason why you get into a business like this is because you can build it without needing to be an expert. You can build it without needing to be an entrepreneur. You can build it without needing to be a nutritionist because you have people in your organization already who are those things. And all you have to do is edify them, right? Edify meaning saying nice things, praising another person, increasing their image or their posture in the mind of the other person, right? So with this other person, you've built a little bit of relationship, right? So you have that trust with that other person. And then you have a relationship, obviously, with your mentor, which is one based on respect as well. So what you do is you use your trust with your contact, and you use that to build respect for your mentor, so that when your mentor gets on the phone call with your friend, there's already respect for the mentor from the distributor. I'm sorry, from the potential client. Now, the way that works very, very quickly when you get on the call is, as the new person, okay, who's the bridge in between the potential client and your business partner, your job is simply to facilitate the introductions. Okay, so if I'm the new person, for example, I'll say, "Hi, John. Let me introduce you to my mentor, William. He's a businessman from New Zealand. He's been a good friend of mine and a mentor for me in business for almost 10 years. He's one of the people that I trust more than anybody else in the world. He's a great life coach. He's just a great person, and he's super passionate about teaching other people a vehicle for building a business online that they can scale and create freedom for themselves in the future. So I just love the guy. He's made a huge difference for me, and part of the reason why I wanted to get you on the call today is because you've expressed interest in an opportunity, and I think obviously if you're a good fit, then he could make a big difference for you as well. And I know that's something that could make a difference for you. And then William, this is my friend John. He's currently working as a full-time corporate lawyer or mechanic or pharmacist or doctor, and he's expressed interest in USANA either as a business or as a potential customer. And I've known him for however long I've known him, and he's got a really dynamic personality. And when I thought about people that could be a good fit for this opportunity, or right at that point, he was having some issues in his life from a health standpoint, and I figured this could be something that could make a real difference for him and his health. And so I've decided to connect you guys. Right? So you really want to say the things about the potential client that is fitting for where they are, right? If they're a business person, you say, he's a really dynamic personality. I think he could be, a potentially good fit for our team, and therefore I wanted to introduce you to him. Or from the health side of things, he's been struggling with his health, or he's a super fit individual, but he's looking to go, to the next level. And you've obviously been a big inspiration for me in terms of your own personal health transformation. And so I wanted to connect you guys and see what happens. And then at that point, as the person who's done the introductions, your job is to say nothing, okay? And if you feel like that's going to be an issue for you, please put yourself on mute, right? Because really at this point, your job is to, once you've made the introductions, which is the edification of both people, okay, then your job is really to zip it up. So that's the basic structure. One thing to remember when you're doing the edification process is don't go overboard, right? Don't tell them that this is my mentor and the guy's he's driving Lamborghinis and he's done this and that and blah 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 blah. Don't do that, right? Tell the truth. Be honest about who they are for you, the difference that they've made for you, the success that they've had, and don't exaggerate, right? Impress the other person through sharing about what they've been able to achieve in the business, but don't exaggerate, right? Because people just get put off by that. And when you're introducing your potential client as well, you don't want to over edify your potential client, because you don't want that person to think that they're someone that you need in your organization, right? That their importance is overblown or something like that, right? So you want to keep that in moderation. Be real, be transparent, be vulnerable, right? And you might want to share a little bit about your story, how the mentors helped you. But anyway, keep it basic. So that's it. I hope that makes a difference. That is the as a new associate or as somebody that's trying to scale your business, that is how to use your mentor business partner to help you leverage off of their expertise to help you scale your business. So I hope that makes sense, and we will see you on the next edition of Follow a Leader.